Yeah, we still got the storms to go on tonight, and there are some threats we got to keep in mind of too, especially maybe the heavy rain threats. See, some of these storms are not moving that fast. There are some stronger, maybe severe storms, but I think the heavy rain threat is the biggest thing. Once they end later tonight or early tomorrow morning, it's really the heat that's on for tomorrow, muggy conditions all the way through Friday night, and then we have storms coming Saturday, and those we'll have to keep an eye on, especially in the afternoon, evening, for potential to be strong, maybe severe too. Timing's a little bit in question going into those too, so we'll have to wait until we get closer. Right now, all the activity is really stationary as a little boundary begins to lift north. So Eau Claire up to Menominee, they have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings with that for large hail and damaging winds too. But notice how it's just sitting here and very struggling to go northeast. A lot of it's actually starting to push a little bit south. So that's why it's kind of training. Otherwise, we're starting to fill in the gap here that we thought we would see a little bit later tonight. The good news is a lot of to the west of the river is not going to see too much in the way of thunderstorms quite yet, but we're going to see more. As we time it out, you can kind of see the trend is going to push this back to the southeast because the upper level winds, the winds aloft are actually from the northwest. The winds at the surface are from the south. So they're kind of fighting each other right there. They'll kind of sink southward. You can notice it really sticks around the Eau Claire up to Ladysmith area. So that area could get quite a bit of rainfall. But by the time we get to about 6:37 in the morning, it's pushed off to the east. We're starting to clear out a little bit for the rest of the area, getting that hazy sunshine, and we should be quiet, at least for precipitation wise, for the next 24 hours beyond that. There is a marginal threat for heavy rain flash flooding issue just because we have those training threat, including far southern Wisconsin actually had a little bit of flash flooding going on with a thunderstorm already this evening. So that threat is there, especially along I-94. So we'll keep that in mind going overnight. Otherwise, temperatures tomorrow will be in the upper 80s, low 90s, not record level. Records are typically in the low 100s right now, but it is going to be very warm and very humid. Heat indexes will be in the 90s by noon. Basically in the afternoon from about 3 to about sunset is when you're going to see 95 to about 100-degree heat index. Not quite heat advisory for a lot of areas, but pretty warm and humid until the sun goes down. Then we'll start getting back into maybe the 80s during the fireworks. You're looking at heat indices mid-80s to about 90. So it's definitely going to be warm out there. And if you look at all the temperatures here for Eau Claire, that's what you're looking at through the evening hours all the way up to about 8 p.m. too. So once again, it's going to be dry, but it's not going to be very comfortable out there too with the muggy conditions too. La Crosse, very similar conditions too throughout the afternoon and evening hours too with those heat indices. Now Saturday, the humidity comes down, stays up. The temperatures come down because we have showers and thunderstorms in the area. So it'll be muggy, but we have those storms coming through right now. The severe risk is there. It's on the lower end, but I would think damaging winds would be the main factor with them coming through. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Right now, timing's a little bit in question, but I think the morning's fine. It's going to be afternoon, about noon. You'll start seeing lines developing, and a line will come right through basically. We get that, there we go, come through the motion. We'll have rounds come through, a couple of them. It looks like the main line comes through during the evening hour. I think by 10, 10:30, maybe 11, we'll start seeing it push east, and we should be fairly quiet for the rest of the night, but it is going to be active in the evening, and of course this timing could change. So stay tuned for further updates on that. As we go into Sunday, Sunday looks fairly nice, low 80s, less humidity. All next week really is about average temperatures, and those rain chances on Tuesday and Wednesday are still fairly light. We're not really seeing any strong pattern, but those temperatures next week will be much more enjoyable, and the humidity levels will be kind of basically where we should be for July too.
Looks good, and tomorrow looks good, and then we just got to keep our first warn weather app on Saturday.
Could be very busy in the afternoon and evening, so
okay.
if you got outdoor plans, definitely pay attention.
Okay, we will. Thank you, Greg.